The life and times of the ant. Essential question. How do living things each have an important role in the world? Masters of the earth. Ants have been digging through dirt for more than 100 million years. Their dynasty speeches from the time of dinosaurs to today. They are one of the world's most important insects. They hollow more soil than beetles, eat more bugs than praying mantis, and outnumber many insects by 7 million to 1. Tunneling out of the jungles and forests and back into backyards. On every continent except Antarctica, ants rumble on as if they own the earth. Perhaps they do. Once, an ant is one of the strongest animals on earth. An ant can lift a sea 5 times its weight, while the elephant can lift a log 1/5 of its weight. Each year, the world's ants dig up more than 16 billion tons of dirt, enough to fill 3 billion dump trucks. Ants are frequently compared with people because they live in social communities and work together to solve their problems. Inside an anthill. Most ants build their homes underground and dig by scooping dirt with their mandible jaws. As they chew the dirt, it mixes up with their saliva to little bricks. Then they pack the little bricks together to reinforce the tunnels. Finally, the ants carry the expressed dirt outside their mandibles, and it gradually forms an anthill. Beneath the anthill lies the ant nest. Small nests have only one chamber, just inches below the surface, while large nests may have thousands of chambers and many may be as deep as 20 feet. All nests provide shelter from the weather and safe environment for the queen ant to lay eggs. An anthill absorbs sun rays and transfers the heat down into the nest. An anthill can be 10 degrees warmer than the surrounding area. Ants often nest between rock or log, which protects the nest and traps moisturized dirt. Ants require moisture so that their bodies do not dry out. Ants dig their nest deep enough to reach damp dirt. As air dries out the nest, they dig new tunnels to the damp dirt. As ants bring up dirt, they recycle nutrients that helps plants grow. In daytime, workers move eggs into the upper chamber, which are heated by the sun. The floor of an ant chamber slants down so water can drain off the roof as it gets covered to trap heat. At night, the workers shift eggs to lower chambers because the earth that stored the sun's heat during the day slowly releases the heat at night. A life of work. Ants begin their working lives by cleaning themselves. In a couple of days, they start saving food and licking each other. These food exchanges bond the colony together. There is no boss ant, but ants usually begin doing chores, and then each ant joins in. Younger ant workers in the nest train the queen ant, filling larvae and digging tunnels. After a couple of months, the ants leave the nest to search for food. There is no requirement worn out or battle-scarred. Ants work until they die. Queen tender. Young ants help the queen deliver her eggs by grabbing the eggs with her mandrels. Ants lick larvae so they don't dry out and feed them so they grow. As the population grows, ants dig more tunnels for the insect traffic and new chambers to store the eggs and larvae. Digging holes can be hard work. To remove a pile of dirt 6 inches high, 6 inches wide, and 6 inches long requires 500,000 loads of dirt. Grassroot highways. Some ants connect their ant hills to food sources by a system of ant trails. Unlike scent trails, which are invisible, these trails can be easily seen. Because crews remove grass and twigs to form paths 2 to 6 inches wide that may stretch over 600 feet. When food is plentiful, 1,000 ants prepare food crowd trails. Establishable ant colonies may have traveled over some rough highways for many years. The forest. In forest, ants' woods connect with their ant hills together by ant trails. Large wood ant colonies transport thousands of caterpillars and insects a day over their trails. Harvester ant colonies construct their tails to wildflowers, where they collect seeds surrounding their ant hills. Discarded seeds sprout into new plants. Army ants form living bridges to cross streams and linking themselves together. Many of ants dig tunnels under streams, and other marsupials lecture ants and can dig tunnels 500 feet long, which may bisect several streams. Hollow spreading is an art form whose hobby was ants trusting their speed. he discovered that they run fast on hot days. A dangerous world. When you are only a quarter-inch tall, the world can be a dangerous place. Every time an ant leaves a home, there is a risk that she will not return. Horned lizards lap up ant hills as they exit their nest. Woodpeckers pick them off as they climb trees, and ant lines them in sand pits. Sometimes ants are not safe even in their own homes. Armadillos feast on burrowing ants and does the biggest home wrecker of all, the giant anteater. For Central and South America, 7 feet long and weighing as much as 70 pounds, a giant anteater can tear open an ant nest in a minute and devour 20,000 ants in one meal. The antlion digs the circular sand pit and waits at the bottom. When an ant looks into the pit, the antlion tosses sand into the air, and the stumbles into the pit, and the antlion grabs it with its pincers. The giant anteater. The giant anteater is slow, near-side, toothless animal. It has special escaped eczema for one reason only. It specialized in eating ants and termites. The bristle of the hair protects the body from insect stings. The stomach wall absorbs ant stings and has special muscles to crush ants so they can be digested. 3-foot-long tail and 15-inch hairs swept up escaping ants. 4-inch claws can dig through hard dirt or tree trunks. The long snout divides deep into their nest. Arching use their strong sense of smell to locate ants. The mouth opens only a quarter-inch, about the width of a pencil. The worm-like tongue stretches 19 inches beyond the mouth. The tongue is crushed with a gooey saliva that causes ants to stick to it. How ants recycle leaves. Leaf structures. Ant harvest leaves and take them to the nest. In progress, they thin jungle grow over the return mushel of the crushed leaves to the soil. Using their mandibles, leaf cutters cut part of a leaf from a tree. Marching home in a long column, thousands of figures carry leaves over their heads. Blowing grounds, millions of ant workers in the factory processing the leaves. Workers chop the leaves smaller. Ants smash the leaves bits into damp paste. When the leaves paste can no longer grow fungus, it is pushed into a damp chamber. In the damp, moist nurturing are released into the soil, which helps plants grow. Soon a fungus grows on the paste. Then the garden ants enter. Then the progress heads harvest the fungus, which all the ants eat food.